going on, dudes and dudettes? So USC did get an interior offensive lineman from the transfer portal from Syracuse, and John Ray Reed or Jay Reed. I never really heard it said officially from him, but hopefully we'll find that out during spring practice. But yeah, he's one of the better centers out there that entered the portal pretty late and was definitely very sought out after, and definitely looks like a plug and play type of guy, so he could be an automatic starter for USC, especially after losing Jonah Monheim, their starter this last season. So not too mad about that, and hopefully he's a nice addition to the roster. And then in the 2026 class, they were able to get a 4-star running back in Shahn Alston. And yeah, he's one of those top guys out of the state of Ohio, so it was pretty cool to steal him from Ohio State country. But I think other teams like Wisconsin and some other pretty talented schools in the Big Ten were after him also, so definitely very happy USC was able to get his commitment. I think he was at that Army All-American game over this last weekend and, did his commitment live on TV. It just felt weird because that's what it used to be, and even leading into February, but now it seems like all these guys are already set and where they're going and already enrolling, because they all graduate pretty much a semester early from high school in their senior year, and then they're already enrolled in college, which is pretty crazy. But I guess it's just easier to get some of those like little easier classes done, and then you don't have to really worry to take that many classes during the fall or something like that. I guess that's how they do that in college. But either way, definitely very happy that they got him in the 2026 class. I think that class is like up to second or third overall in the rankings with like 7 or 6 guys. So hopefully they could just add a lot more talent and be able to keep these guys also. And the USC women's basketball team did have a very big time victory on the road at Maryland, who is the number 8 ranked team in the nation. I believe at that time they were undefeated, but USC got that victory 79-74. So a tough win, but they definitely pulled out a lot of the nice shots down the stretch and got a lot of nice plays done. So I like their defense too. It looked really good with the highlights I was able to see. But overall, team has been great. And I think after tonight, they had a pretty nice stat as well. But they were able to play against Penn State at home, and they got that big time victory as well. Of course, I lost my spot. Sorry about that. They won that 95-73. Juju Watkins put in 35 points and 11 rebounds. And I think since that last Notre Dame loss, I think it might be the only loss on their season so far. They've been 12-0, which is pretty cool. And I think even Juju had like 20 plus points at halftime. I thought she was going to go off and get even more. But yes, overall, big time victories for the women, and hopefully they can continue to rack up these wins in Big Ten play. And the USC men's basketball team did have a big time matchup on the road against number 14 or 13 Illinois in the nation. I forget what they were this last Saturday, but they had just lost a really close game. I think it was to Indiana. They lost their last couple of games in the Big Ten to some pretty good teams, but they were still close and kind of in it for the most part. But this one, they kind of held the victory all the way through. They got this one done 82-72 on the road, and it's the first time they had a ranked road win since 2010, which is quite a while. So yeah, definitely a big time get in the Big Ten in the new conference, and hopefully this gives them some more momentum, even though they are still dealing with some injuries, a couple of key guys missing, and they don't really have the correct team out there. Just a bunch of guys 6'7" and 6'9", and not really any big guys, but they got it done against the number 13 team, as I said, in Illinois. So like I said, hopefully it can continue for them. An ex-USC basketball player, Isaiah Collier, went off for a new career high in the NBA. He had 23 points, also threw in 7 rebounds and 7 assists on January 12th tonight. So yeah, congrats to him. And I think they even got an overtime victory for the Utah Jazz too. So maybe they should be playing Collier a bit more, because they did draft him in the first round. I don't know why he hasn't been getting more playing time, but hopefully that's the case, or maybe it's just because they don't want to win and try to get Cooper Flag next year. But either way, hopefully he can throw up some nice stats until then. And USC did finally hire a tight end / inside wide receivers coach, and his name was Chad Savage. I believe he was recently at Colorado State, had a couple guys drafted here and there from his position. So he looks like he's a pretty good guy, especially a nice and big-time recruiter in the state of California. So that's a big-time get hopefully he can help out, keep some of these local guys at home. And speaking of some of those recruiting, matchups that they're having with a lot of the other schools, they did offer USC, that is a local 2026 linebacker who's committed to Oregon, and Tristan Phillips. So hopefully they get in his sweepstakes. And then USC made a late 2025 offer to three-star linebacker AJ Tuitele. I think he was recently a Washington State signee or commitment, but I think he might have recently decommitted, so now he's kind of back on the market. That's why he's a late addition to their recruiting class if they do sign him, but hopefully they got in just in time and are able to sign one of the more talented guys still left out there. And a bit of recruiting on the basketball side. There is a 5-star player in Braden Burries, and he is one of the top available guards in the 2025 class, and it looks like USC is pursuing him very hard, so hopefully they can get in on his recruitment towards the end. And there's also another player in 5-star, Jason Crow Jr., who's a top 10 recruit in the 2026 class, and he says that he's hearing a lot from USC in his recruiting as of late. So, like I said, hopefully they get in a lot of these talented guys, not only in 2025, but the 2026 class also. And then the Anaheim Ducks did finally get a victory on the road against the Carolina Hurricanes. I believe that's what they're called, 3-2. And I think that was in overtime as well. So yes, a nice victory. They're kind of up and down. I think they're still under 500, but they, win a couple, lose a couple, and then, go on long streaks of losing and a couple wins here and there. So it's just, like it says on the record, up and down. But hopefully it gets better for the Ducks soon. And I think the women's tennis rankings came out for college, and USC is ranked number 17, which is pretty nice. And there's another team that's ranked a little bit higher than them, but I'll get into that in a separate video. But yes, that's about it for USC and Anaheim Ducks news. So yeah, not a bad ranking for them. They do pretty good when it comes to the women's side in tennis. So hopefully they can bump up their rankings during the season. So thanks for watching, people. Like and subscribe. Comment down below. Let me know what y'all think. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.